Up next on Live at 5, the battle heats up between the cops and the firemen over who's in charge during emergencies. Police look for clues in a sniper shooting on a Brooklyn subway. And Gary Hart comes home but won't say whether he's going to re-enter the race for president.
We'll hear from Katie Kelly, Roger Grimsby, and Betty Furness. George Benson and Earl Klug talk about their new album called Collaboration. Michael Caine talks about his new movie, The Fourth Protocol, and we'll meet the star of My Life as a Dog next on Live at 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, the original, the one that started it all, Heidi Bowl. Heidi Bowl, one sparkling performance after another.
Pat Harper and Chuck Scarborough, weeknights at 6 on News 4 New York.
From WNBC TV New York, this is Live at 5 with Jack Cafferty, Sue Simmons, and Al Roker with the weather.
Good afternoon. It is the cops versus the firefighters, and City Hall is caught right in the middle.
The issue is who will be in charge during emergencies, firemen or emergency service cops. Yesterday, in an exclusive story here on News 4 New York, John Miller reported that a preliminary City Hall report is giving firemen the nod in emergencies. Today, City Hall began to back away from that, and there were other developments today as well, and John's here with an update.
Jack, what City Hall's top brass seemed to be doing today was underlining that this plan was just a draft, and like any draft, subject to possible change.
He must know by now that Donna Rice has indicated she's ready to publish a full account of their relationship. Says she's going to tell all. Perhaps he's encouraged by the reports that the other candidates in the race have not gendered much enthusiasm. All we know for sure right now is that he's en route, Hart is en route back to Denver to talk with his family. I'll have more at 6 o'clock. Jack?
All right, Ralph, thank you. We'll be back with more news in just a moment.
And still ahead today, here on Live at 5, actor Michael Caine talks about his new movie called The Fourth Protocol. George Benson and Earl Klug talk about their new album called Collaboration. Plus, actor Anton Glanzilius of My Life as a Dog, Roger Grimsby, Katie Kelly, and Betty Furness. All ahead today, right here on Live at 5.
Will Shriner. Megan, do you know who Will Shriner is?
Will who?
China? It's a German verb, yeah? Do I know Will Shriver?
Will Snyder?
Shriner.
Megan?
Glad he changed his name.
Will Shriner? Isn't he the one that used to do your hair? I think he's the guy that makes those little tall hats that the Shriners wear.
Megan, Will Shriner, you know who he is?
Those tall hats, you know, with the swords on the side of them. Swords and tassels.
What is a Will Shriner, by the way? Is that a pair of shoes?
A convicted murderer who was sent to prison for the rest of his natural life claims his sentence is over and he's suing to get out. The 48-year-old man says his natural life ended in 1985 when he had a permanent pacemaker implanted in his chest. He says he's now living an artificial life instead of a natural one. But the Missouri Attorney General called the claim just another frivolous suit. He said another prisoner filed a suit for cruel and unusual punishment when he was ordered to sit down while he had a boil on his bottom.
We are told that Michael Jackson wants to live to be 150 years of age. To that end, he naps in a hyperbaric chamber, he watches his diet very closely, he does not drink, he does not smoke, and he tries his best to avoid germs. At least Howard Hughes chased girls before he got crazy about germs. Perhaps Michael Jackson is just reversing the order. Germs first, then girls. If his timing is right, he may just live to be 150. Will his music? Well, you never can tell about those 7th to 10th graders.
Thank you, Roger.
As Live at 5 continues today, we'll hear from Betty Furness about smells that sell.
All right. Up next, we'll talk with Michael Caine about his new film called The Fourth Protocol. Stay with us.
Do you realize how many household products have scent added to them? Do you like them that way? The people who make them say most of you do, but some room is being made for people who don't want a lot of conflicting perfumes around them. Betty Furness is here with the story.
When I ran into scented toilet paper 8 years ago, I said, for my part, that's enough. And I made a trip to a supermarket to see how many other everyday products had added perfumes. This aisle contains products that anyone who runs a household, and many people who don't, run into every day. Let's see how many of them contain perfume. Pledge does not list perfume as an ingredient. Neither does Lemon Pledge. But we know it's there, or it wouldn't be Lemon Pledge. I happen to know that Pledge also contains perfume. And the way I happen to know is that I called the maker. And that's the only way you can tell with many products, because perfume does not have to be listed as an ingredient. And some list it, and some don't. Here's an example. Windex contains perfume and does not list it. Glass Plus contains perfume and does list it. You may be surprised to know that Brillo has perfume, and so does SOS. Now, they don't have Smell Pretty perfume. A lot of products have a perfume that covers the natural scent of a product and comes out smelling like nothing. Cascade has perfume. All has perfume. That's nice for your dishes. They should have a little perfume in the dishwasher to keep them company. The only automatic dishwasher detergent that does not contain perfume is Electrosol. Next, household cleaners. Less Toil has perfume, but doesn't say so. Lysol does. It says right here, fresh scent, and that's just what they mean. The perfume is a scent that is fresh. So at the end of this aisle, I have found exactly 4 products that do not contain perfume. All of the others do because the manufacturers think that you want it there.
During the day tomorrow, we expect cloudy skies, rain developing, highs 69 to 76. Tomorrow evening, cloudy with more rain and overnight lows falling back into the upper 50s to the mid-60s. And the pollen count, it just continues to climb. The pollen count today from the Robert Woods Johnson University Hospital at the Rutgers Medical Center, 56. Mold spores are high. What the good news is that that rain comes tomorrow. It looks like that'll knock the pollen count down at least. So while the rain might not be good for suntans, it will be good for your nose.
All right, that's good to hear.
Thank you, Dr. Feelgood.
Pat Harper's in the newsroom now. She's got a preview of some of the stories we have for you at 6. Pat?
Okay, Sue, thank you. Well, coming up at 6, we'll show you the AIDS kit Suffolk County Police carry on patrol. New York is #1 in a lot of ways, but what about the Big Apple as a place to live? Connie Collins reports on a contest for short people. Al will have the weather, Sal the sports, when Chuck and I see you at 6.
Pat, thank you.
More about why the rain is good for your nose at 6. Katie Kelly's still there today on Live at 5.
Up next, we'll talk with Anton Glanzelius, who stars in My Life as a Dog.
Krymper midjan och trullar bort allt överflödigt.
Katie Kelly is on vacation. She knows when to get out of town. Before she left, though, she left this review of a new special starring George Burns.
You know, every once in a while, we Americans are led to believe we are culturally inferior to our European friends and neighbors, especially our French friends. I mean, they have all that art and architecture, great cuisine, fine wine. Well, let me tell you, folks, because I am here to tell you, don't give up. The French are still capable of being just as tacky as we are. I give you Paris by Night. This is a Showtime special which airs tonight. It is a tour of Parisian night spots. It is also a cultural disaster hosted by 91-year-old George Burns. Oh, George!
Mutual admiration situation, because I think, George, you've said that you heard the first 6 bars of Earl years ago, and you knew that it was a good thing. Let me remind our viewers that the name of the album is Collaboration, and we should look forward to seeing them, I guess, in the fall, the winter, whenever they can hook up and then mutually free their schedules. They will be together, and we thank you for coming by on Live at 5 today. That is our program. We thank you for watching, and please join us again tomorrow. Good night.
This has been Live at 5 with Jack Cafferty and Sue Simmons. Live at 5 is a presentation of WNBC TV in New York. I'm Don Pardo.
From WNBC TV, this is News 4 New York with Chuck Scarborough and Pat Harper.
Good evening.
After a barrage of complaints from outraged police, City Hall is backing off a recommendation that firemen take charge of most emergencies.